Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hoka. I'm an empath, and I just like doing these little talks on how I feel about things. And today's rough for me, man. It's a go within day, that's for sure. I got no juice. Vedic astrology and Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, and this. We got a big full moon coming up tomorrow, next day, and usually I feel energies a little bit before other people. And man, this one's just kind of whooping my butt. It's like I get up every couple hours, I get mom something to eat. Want to go for a walk, do this, do that, hang out, engaged, and then I go back and lay down. And it's just like, I just gotta allow days like this. That's all you can do. And we're 70% water, and so is the planet. And so when full moons come around, gravity, the moon is at the fullest, and the gravitational pull that tides within us, it draws the fluid from us to the surface, and so emotion is tied, is locked in the water of us, and it has a molecular makeup tied to emotion and frequencies, and a lot of people's are really disheveled and kind of ugly right now, and because they don't allow, or they control, and they force, and they manage, and they don't tell themselves a lot of loving things, so their crystals aren't like a pretty little snowflake, like What the Bleep We Know explains this more in depth. And so it's drawing all these emotions from us, and these notions, like things that we've done, we have a chance to rectify things that we've done. Come on, kitty, kitty. Come here, kitty, kitty. In our past, that has, because when we hurt other people, we hurt ourselves, because we are all connected, and just because I look different than other people and other people look different than me, hurt is hurt, and it ain't cool to hurt people, I ain't religious, but every religious freaking instruction book says is don't hurt other people. And then the disconnect from is we live in a society where people hurt people, and it's just like, does not compute. So people need to find their own constitution, their own moral fiber. Mine's strong like hemp and versatile too. And just don't do things that you don't agree with. If you have a boss that asks you to do something shady, don't do it. People have to live in their integrity, and low vibrational stuff, there ain't no place for it in this world anymore. It's gone on for too long, and there's a way the world could be, and we never got a chance to do that because of the people at the top that, don't want to allow it. Now, I live in Oregon, and they waste money here like freaking crazy, man. It's like, do people not know how to add up numbers? You go to these these sites, but Oregon is like, no, don't tell anybody about anything about how much it costs. That if you go to make a submittal, if you submit for a project to get the plans and the costs and all that, which it should be public knowledge, then you're gonna get a bill from the city of how much it cost to get that stuff together, and the cities inflates everything anyway. They're like hospitals, like, you can't pave a road. Like, you could go to Home Depot and get the stuff to like do a project on the road, and like $5,000, and the city will say it's cost $25,000, and then they buy exuberant. They just spend because it's their ego. Because they're like, this is what I do, and they don't care. Because it's like, well, the city gives us money for this, and it's like, well, if we have to spend it and we lose it. In the military, when I was in the Air Force, it drove me crazy because every year they would spend tens and thousands of dollars on the office furniture for the office for the upstairs, and we were a maintenance flight. We couldn't get filters for our units and basic needs for the equipment to keep those going, but they would get thousands of dollars in cherry furniture upstairs every single year, like $25,000, and I'm just like, and we'd have to unload it because we're the, and it's just like, stop doing your job to make sure these fluff asses get their freaking egos stroked, and it's just, it does not compute, and the whole world is sick of it. So now people's DNA, is waking up and chime, wake up, we can't do it anymore, we can't put up with this crap anymore, this is just nonsense, it's all gone on too long. And I did another video, and I am going to quickly delete it because of this part that I'm going to say next. There is a young man that committed suicide. I misspoke on my other video, so this is why I'm redoing it. He's a mega church, those are all stupid anyway, pastor. Not that, you know, his death has anything to do with his job, but the thing of it is he had an idea about life, and then the reality of the situation is he ain't no different than anybody else, you know. But when people hear voices in their head, you know, I've been doing a lot of studying on schizophrenia and stuff like that, and watching, what's that guy's name? The book guy. He goes around and he interviews people that have different, that are different, and then he asked them how they want to fit in the world, and so he's interviewed a lot of schizophrenics, stuff like that, and a lot of us are energetic sensitives, you know, so a lot of the hurts and ideas and thought. Now, what the young man failed to recognize is that his higher power, God, you know, just wants everything, wants the best things in life for us, you know, whether you believe in God, Buddha, Judaism, you know, whatever it is that you believe in outside of yourself, you know, it doesn't matter as long as you believe in something outside of yourself. And that young man forgot that, you know, whatever voices were telling him to do whatever, harm himself, kill himself, if it's not for your highest good, it's not from spirit. And sometimes vibrational, we get negative entities attached to us that aren't ours, and that freaking create a lot of problems, you know, enough to the point of your demise, some people's demise, you know, because it's they get a thought and it's like, you know, my take on people getting up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and just having anxiety is think about what happens at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. Bars are closing, so you have the people that are like, you know, all that dark stuff, you know. Yeah, there's consensual stuff, you know, but ain't a whole lot of good happens after midnight, you know. Ain't no reason to be out after 10 o'clock unless you work out at night, you know, but not in this world anymore, you know. Nothing really good happens at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, really, you know. Less good than bad. So, you know, people are sensitive like me, wake up, and we're just like, you know, feeling this low vibrational stuff, and it puts us in a place of anxiety, you know. And then, oh, this isn't mine, it's cool, you know. And I don't understand why people are so quick to understand that electricity can freaking frequentially, in a frequency, flow through cables and wires and components and stuff, but the feelings of vibration fall short on the human brain. That doesn't make sense to me, you know. It's the same stuff. It's just like, you know, the the principle of physics, the equal and opposite react. I'm not firing all cylinders, but my point is that if you have freaking voices and whatnot telling you things that aren't good for you, that ain't your higher power, and there are ways around that, and there's helps for people to get. And I'm not talking about just taking a bunch of pills where you're freaking in a catatonic state and you're just so doped up, because that's what Big Pharma would want you to do, just be so doped up, you know. There's a lot of magic to the world. There's a lot of magic to the world, and a lot of times you hear things and smell things and taste things. That's your intuition, that's your guides, that's your magic. But when it's not telling you what is for your highest good, that ain't your magic. And that's why I'm redoing this video, because in my other video it sounded like it just didn't sound right, so I had to make it right in the spirit of clarity. So, you know, like, it's my lesson in life, I believe, that I am supposed to be all of love. And in my and that ain't necessarily go along with my nature, you know. You know, I don't do real well when people don't support themselves emotionally. Yeah, I'm good at, like, it's okay, it's okay. Kitty, kitty, kitty! Kitty, kitty! But, Stan Lee, don't you do it! But it gets to a point that it's like you teach somebody how to fish by teaching them how to handle, you know, soothe themselves and things like that. Then they get to a point that do it themselves, you know. And every now and again you gotta be there for support, but usually people are pretty good about supporting themselves, and they're just not doing it. There's a lot of people that are out of practice right now. So this next full moon is gonna, you know, there's astrology in people's charts that makes them live in service to others before service to themselves, you know. So a lot of big, huge changes are gonna happen. Just, I don't know what kind of. For me, I meditate. I did 40 minutes today. To me, I spend some time in nature, you know. I think here in a little bit, Mom and I are gonna go for a walk. So for me, these videos are part of my daily disciplines too. So anyway, that's all I got. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.